Greetings from Snake Mountain Boat Works on Thursday, December 11, 2025. Here's an update on our 5200 bottom that we are installing on our 1966 25-foot Lyman Cruisette. We have at this point replaced all of the ribs that need to be replaced. Rick has made some real progress on the nose, on the stem, and Joe has been installing the inside skin on our 5200 bottom. So I'll hand it over to him and let him take it away.
Yeah, so Rick did a good job. He got all the knee and gripe all redone. It's been finally put back together. There's a little bit of finesse work we got to do to it still, and that's just because we got this piece of stem that we're going to be putting a Dutchman down onto this one. Interlocks that as well. But the inner skin is laying on. It's a little tough when you get towards the front because the plywood doesn't want to bend three different ways very well. But it's a challenge, but it's going to be really, really strong when it's all done. All of the inside framing in here along the whole bottom, every screw has been completely replaced with a good one. There was a lot of corrosion on quite a few of them, so anytime we see a screw, we pull it out, replace it with a new one. Make sure that the holes are filled up with toothpicks and glue, cut them off, and then put new screws in it. But we have a few frames left to finally do the full install on the starboard side. They've all been glued up and they're finally waiting for their last fitment and we'll go through and secure them to the hull sides and onto the keel. And that side will be ready to get the last two sheets of the plywood on. And then she'll rest for a few days before we take the sheets down and do 5200 on them.
Now, all these joints are on the ribs, or are they butt blocks?
No, there's butt blocks full length. The entire sheet, we use the same material, which is the plywood. It's all laminated together, and I've been fitting them in as we go. Just that way everything gets to the same mold without having to try to bend something in after it's already been shaped, the original. So as soon as this one is ready for the next sheet, I'll be putting the new batten on there, or butt block rather, and we'll be able to fit it in that way. Because the entire boat has all been done already.
And then the question that our commenters keep asking, where plywood turns to strake, why don't you sort of walk us through what you will do once this skin is fully on. Of course, it'll get 4 coats of Smith's clear penetrating epoxy sealer before anything else happens. But
right, so it all came down to doing the basic math on it. All of the below the water line, every strake was right around 7/16 of an inch, where all of these other ones are 3/8. So I took off what we need for our plywood, which it equals out to right around an eighth. It's like 3/32, something like that. So that way I have room for that 3/8 strake to go underneath, and that way it's going to have the same reveal, but it's still going to have that same thickness. Because otherwise, if we try doing a 7/16 strake, it's going to push this whole row out, and you'll be able to see a giant jut out in the strakes all the way down through the bottom. So this way, it's going to look a lot more uniform.
and everything, including this skin, is going to be bedded in 5200, huh?
Right, yeah. I mean, this whole thing, it's going to be a little trickier because, you know, the strakes aren't always sitting 100% flat because of, you know, how they overlap. So there's always just towards the bottom or towards the top where this one meets, it still comes out at a little bit of an angle. So we're really going to have to bed this thing in 5200 for it to fully be encapsulated.
Well, we'll let Joe keep applying the skin, and then the unfortunate part is basically you have to take it all apart to bed it in 5200 and seal it in CPES, and then we'll be installing the new strakes. So that is our update. on Thursday, December 11, for a 1966 25-foot Lyman Cruisette. Thank you so much. Bye-bye for now from Snake Mountain Boat Works.